We're here with Natty from Natty's Common Roots, and he's got a gig story for you today.
Well, the last one was a gig story, and you still gotta put like the casting couch intro music on that one. This one's like a Tales from the Road, Tales from the Crypt style horror story, possibly. So, depending on how you take it. So we were on tour. I don't even know how long ago. Probably like 8 years ago now. And we'd made it out southwest. We were in Albuquerque, New Mexico, I think. And we just finished playing a club, and our plan for the night was to pack up the trailer and head up to a campground up in the Sandia Mountains, where we had some friends of ours from out there had gotten campsites, and I had some family that was staying out there as well. So we had some people that we planned on meeting up with at this campground for a couple days while we were playing out in the area. And so we show up at the campground, and it's starting to get dark, so we just, assess where we're going to be crashing. And my buddy Dustin goes and crashes with his friends at their trailer a few campsites over. I find myself crashing in the tour van in my hammock, just, crashing out hard, not really worrying about where Jit, our bass player, ended up. Now, I know they had set up the tent as soon as we got there, because I remember him and Dustin going through the trailer deciding to pitch the tent up. But then Dustin ended up disappearing to crash in his buddy's trailer, so I wasn't sure how far things had progressed from there. Fast forward to probably 4 o'clock in the morning, when I hear Jit, the bass player, just pounding on the outside of the van, screaming for help. Just screaming for me to wake up. And I was just a little bit out of it. It was like 420 weekend, and we had just finished a string of shows. So I was trying to get my sleep, and I eventually woke up and asked him what was up, and he told me that the tent was blown away with him in it. And sure as shit, I looked out the door of the van, and it was a full-blown sandstorm out there. It was wild. Just red sand just blowing everywhere, thick. And I look and see the tent had totally blown up against the side of some other trailer that was a couple campsites over. And Jit saying, "Will you help me find the stakes for the tent? We never staked the tent. We just set it up. We never staked the tent. I can't find the stakes." So I dragged my ass out of the van and opened up the trailer and try and crawl through everything to find the tent bag with the bag of stakes in it and get the tent resecured and staked down. It took us probably the better part of a half hour because it was crazy sandstorm outside. It was wild. And so we finally get it set up, put him back in it. Come to find out, he didn't have a single blanket, a single backpack, nothing. He was just sleeping in this tent, going completely commando or whatever they call it. And so I wished him luck, and went back and put my ass to sleep. An hour later, I wake up to more screaming, man, and still the sun is not even close to rising. So it's dark outside, and I have to grab my flashlight. And I look out the door and shine my light over to where I hear the screaming, and I just see this tent about to take off, and the only thing holding it down is Jit's ass, just like anchored to the ground. The tent's just trying to take off with him in it. He didn't have a single thing in that tent to help him hold it down. And he's just screaming for his life, hoping he doesn't get taken away in what he probably assumes is a tornado at this time. And there was nothing I could do. I just left him out there. What was he expecting me to do? Go sitting there with him? And thankfully I didn't, because it turns out a couple days later he ended up getting really sick. He had caught pneumonia from all the sand up in his system. And he was sick for the whole rest of the tour. So, and he didn't sing a lick through that whole tour. So, I had gone out there with him, then we would have had to end the thing. But I'll never forget him about to blow away out there in the New Mexico mountains. R.I.P. Jay. He died a couple weeks after that tour ended, so that's always gonna remember him about to fly away.